I want to know who comes up with these rent prices for real. Like, I'm looking for a new apartment. I just signed actually too, and my rent is right under $3,000.
Product, go.
Americans are moving to vans. They're camping. They're living in cars. Some people are saying, can you be in storage units? Because right now, storage units are super cheap. One bedroom apartments in my city is like $2,000. Storage unit, well, it's like $100 a month. I mean, compared to just straight up sleeping on the streets, it's pretty nice. I mean, this person's like, yeah, there's a company called National Storage. They already have some stuff in it. They're thinking about just straight up moving in. I guess the downside of a storage unit, you don't have a shower, but I guess you could shower at like the YMCA or like some nice gym. But right now, it seems like a lot of Americans are deciding to live in storage units because it's simply cheaper. People literally just can't pay this expensive rent.
Come with me to be homeless, day one. Getting kicked out.
You can record all you want.
This is not your home. You do not live here.
Give me the chance to take
your
everything.
stuff.
I don't have any room for it right now, I'm sorry.
You need to understand that you will not be allowed back in.
You need to understand that I'm the one I have to listen to you. So keep your mouth shut while I get my things, yeah?
Do it faster, yeah?
Yeah,
Good
deal.
Good boy.
Yeah, thanks. Alright, bet.
This is day 150 of living out of a Toyota Camry. So I'm going to try and break it down real simple for you. I rent this car. I've rented it for 150 days now. And I'm about to get my own car. So that's why I'm showing you. This is actually how I've been living. There's my suitcase, all my clothes. And there's washing there. And that's a rubbish bag, that green one. I got towels in there. And those are my blankets, as you can see. This is my washing bag that I use every morning at the gym. That's how I stay clean. I have a shower every morning. I do have a pillow tucked away in there as well, and this is how I sleep. Put that seat back and I lie the fuck down. Now, I wouldn't recommend anyone to live like this.
Let me show you what an unglamorized day of living in my car looks like. Living in my car to save money and escape the stress and pressure of society norms. I really like living in my car. But this is day 2 of a 30-hour road trip. 28 years later, I'm a stand for that franchise, but I liked the second movie better than the first movie, and the ending, and if you have not seen the second movie yet, you're gonna like the ending. So I pulled up to Planet Fitness to take a shower, and I sat here for 30 minutes, and the employee just came out and locked the door. And that's what I get for not looking and seeing what time Planet Fitness closed, so no shower for me tonight. So now I don't get a hot shower before I sleep in my car in 17-degree weather.
So this is where I keep all of my clothing at. This is the dog food. These are a couple other bags of clothes. And then these are the t-shirts that I use to hang up in the windows at nighttime. I leave my jackets draped back here so that I can reach from the front and grab them when I'm door dashing and I have on no clothes and I need to be able to put something on to stay warm. My dirty clothes here in this cupboard. This just makes it really easy here in the back. This is where Tokyo and I sleep. We have a bathrobe under here that I sleep on, and then I sleep under this blanket, and then there's a full-size pillow there. His water and food bowl are here. I usually have a jug of water. I have to pick one up. And then this bag has my toiletries in it and my makeup. This is my eye mask, my head wrap, and another hand rag. And then these are what I've been using in trade of taking a shower. In the front console, I keep my medication in here. And then when I get drinks and food to try to keep them cold, I keep them in here. And then down here, I have...
People talk about the housing crisis like it's just numbers, but it actually changed how people live inside their bodies. I have experienced instability firsthand, and what people don't talk enough about is how expensive housing forces you into survival mode, even when you're doing everything right. You stop making choices that are based on what's healthy and start choosing decisions that are based on what you can afford to survive. Since 1970s, the rent has gone up over 50%, adjusted for inflation, but the wages have not kept up. Even renting isn't a safe fallback anymore. This is why so many people feel stuck, why so many people stay in jobs that drain them, why people stay in relationships that don't feel safe. It isn't really a lack of motivation, but a lack of real options. When housing eats up majority of your income, rest becomes a luxury and choice becomes dangerous. And then people confuse survival with stability.
That's the finished product, y'all.
Moving into our new space. You can pretty much live in here during the day, and then at nighttime you can't sleep in here, so we gotta go back to the tent. Storage is right next to our tent. It's amazing.
And it's climate controlled. Huge. It's absolutely huge. And we're finally gonna have a space to set up all our nice stuff.
I'm tired. You ready to get this left?
My tomato.
A little bit.
I haven't wanted ice water so bad in my life.
Taking all of this stuff out of our tent, put it into this new storage.
It's just gonna be a living space. There's not even gonna be storage. Barely. Tell me how we got this fucking weird wall. I'm gonna hang stuff on it. I'm gonna make it my little artwork.
We can have a camera in here set up.
Oh shit. And I like that this is open.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Put up like Christmas lights.
My girl tested me trying to figure out if this is like good enough to be sneaky and hide and stuff. We're trying to hide this shit. No, I don't think we should do that. You want to let people know that you can get back here. If this was completely blocked off, then that means someone's behind the boxes. They're from making noise and stuff. Like, you see what I'm saying? We don't want that. We want people to know that, okay, somebody's back there. You can see the gap. But they can't see enough to know that somebody's living here. If somebody was to come over here, they don't know nothing. I live in a storage unit because it's cheap in comparison to an apartment. Living here is actually really comfortable. I get a lot of things that I need and want to get done here. I can exercise. I can use the bathroom. I can play music anywhere in the unit. It's climate controlled in here, so it's nice and warm. This unit is 24 hours, so I can come here anytime I want, stay here as long as I need to. We can take naps if we need to and go to sleep. So this is our living space. Very, very grateful to have this space. And if we want to eat, I just cook right out front. Or we'll just prepare something cold inside of the unit. Sandwiches. If we want to get power, we use our power bank. They also have power here so we can charge our power bank. Me and my baby will live here as long as we need to until we get the shelter that we want. Because we're living here, now we can save up more money to get what we really want. We're in it for the long haul.
We got kicked out of our storage unit. The higher-ups found out about my video and went so viral. We ended up getting kicked out. Now we're just trying to figure out where to go and what we're gonna do with all of our stuff. We're gonna have to get a new storage unit, so yeah, we got kicked out. We just don't know what to do right now. We're trying to figure it out. It's a lot. It's a lot of uncertainty. We can't live here anymore. And we can't make videos in here anymore. Now all we have is a tent, and it's freezing cold outside. Can't live in a storage unit anymore. Figured I was gonna get kicked out, but I'm willing to take risks. You know, have a crazy come up, a great come up. And it was a risk. I was willing to take it so I can get out of here. Now
this is gonna get real. Have you ever lived out of a storage unit? Have you ever hit a point in your life where you said, I'm never doing this again? And right in the middle of the struggle, you keep getting this idea, this vision, this tug that won't leave you alone. Let me tell you something. That tug is not random. That's God showing you the exit route, the way out. Your situation won't change until you respond to the vision He already gave you. Because God isn't going to drop the lottery in your lap while you still have the same mentality that got you here. You can't build $1 million business with survival mentality. He's not trying to drown you. He's trying to develop you. And that idea you keep ignoring, that's the very thing He intends to use to pull you out of lack, out of struggle, out of repeating the same cycles. Some of you are praying for change, but you're avoiding the instruction. This right here is what the bold faith method is about. Believing beyond what you see, moving when it's uncomfortable, and partnering the vision that God gave you so you never end up in the same place again. Listen, God don't want your stuff in storage, okay? He wants you to own this.
Bro, can we talk about how expensive rent is in the Bay Area? For a 1-bedroom, you're looking at minimum $2,300, and then for a 2-bedroom, you're looking at $3,500. Who's affording these kind of rents, bro? You gotta have 2, 3, 4 jobs just to afford this by yourself. Come on now.
To save money while living in America, I'll be living in this Honda Civic, so get ready with me while I go prepare to turn this Honda Civic into a livable house. Right now, I'm at the poor people's store. I'm at Walmart, so I'm gonna go in there and find items for my car. So this cop started following me around the store for some reason, but I was just shopping like a normal person. But anyways, let's play a game. Guess how much my total is going to cost. I bought this even though I didn't realize someone had already opened it and stole the items inside. I got a blanket, some cool flame stuff, and some dehydrated meals that you just add water to. I got a bow for fishing. I don't know how to use it, but we could figure it out. A bin to store my stuff in so it doesn't get moldy. And this is what I use as a bed frame. I take it apart and I just use the black part, and that's where my bed sits on. And then they had like a bunch of stuff locked up for some reason, like Who's Gonna Steal the Fox and the Hound, napkins that I use as plates, a scrub daddy to clean my bananas, trash bags to put my stuff in so it doesn't get molded, some sharp cheddar cheese, smart water bottles because they're perfect for hiking, and my cup holder, and I just reused them. And I got the bukkake noodles, some expensive toothpaste, $8 by the way, hopefully it works, white vinegar for the mold, tablecloths for the mold as well, and then they had all the skincare items locked up so I didn't get anything, and then a nice refreshing Olipop, garlic, and the grand total was $155. Did you guess it right?
I don't know if you know this, but there is a reason behind these high ass rents. Before I get into it, like, follow, share, tag someone who may need to see this. Look, the FBI just raided Cortland Management in Atlanta for rent fixing. What is rent fixing? Well, basically, they've been fixing rents on this pretty much system called a LRO through RealPage. And so let me explain what LRO is basically. It's basically a lease rents optimizer, basically. Archstone Smith was a major company back in the early 2000s that created this system. And so it made the pricing of rents go up and down daily like the stock market. And so basically a lot of these property management software companies had incorporated this type of software. So you might call on an apartment complex one day and the rent may be roughly $2,000, and then the next day it may be $2,150 because it depends on the daily market. So now we've, Biden has decided to probe these companies, and these companies have been rent fixing. So now the FBI is starting to raid a lot of corporate offices, thus beginning to show that there has been a rent fixing scheme. And that is why our rents are so high. So, uh, you know, it's ridiculous, especially out here in California, whereas I entered my apartment at $18.95 and I'm now paying $2,500, even though the market rent for my apartment right now is $2,900. And if I wanted to get a 2-bedroom apartment in my area, in my building, actually, is roughly running between $3,900 and $4,000 a month now. Which, when I entered the building, the apartments were going, 2 bedrooms were going for about $2,500. So there you go, rent fixing. This is ridiculous how these corporations are taking advantage of us to squeeze us dry. And I'm letting you know, they're talking about tax these corporations. You cannot tax these corporations because these corporations are in a trust structure. So, like I said, if you want to consult with me about trust or property management or rentals or whatever, I have a link in my bio, Snowy Consulting and Media, and you can definitely hit me up through there.
That's the finished product, y'all.
I'm trying to enjoy my last days within this unit that I've been renting for so long. Really sad that I have to leave because they decided to raise my rent $700, and I already pay $2,300 without parking fees, which is $185, and plus utilities. So I'm paying $2,600 a month, and they still decided to raise my rent for another $700. So they want me to pay now $3,000 base rent. Are you kidding me?
So I told you guys I'm going to be very transparent about living in my car. So here I am right now, sleeping in my car. I just took the longest nap ever, the best nap ever. I'm currently at work. Don't worry, this is a normal thing. We get done with work and go to sleep or whatever. We'll just wait till it's time to go home. But this is my current setup in my car as I sleep. I have room to lay down, everything like that. I made a bed on my passenger side. Yeah, I'm just catching disease. It's not cold outside. Well, it's cold outside, but it's not cold in here. I don't know why, but it's kind of insulated in here pretty good today. I think because the temperature went down after the rain, which is normally supposed to be cold after the rain, but it went down. So, I don't know. Win's a win. But yeah, I don't know what I should do this weekend. I have 3 days off, and I don't know if I should go visit home, take a trip, go for a long road trip and go hiking or something. I don't know. What should I do?
Hello, my social media family and friends. Just want to talk about today the rent prices. I don't know what's going on in your state, but here in Michigan, it is ridiculous. I'm kind of fearing that even as a middle class person, that I'm not going to be able to afford rent. a decent place to live, because the price gouging is ridiculous. It's 3 times just for the security deposit, the rent, and also these outside people's coming in. These companies is buying up the houses and they are increasing the rents, where people can't even afford to live in a decent place. I don't know what's going on in your state, but here in Michigan, it's just terrible. And they talking about homelessness. They better beware, because a lot of people is going to be homeless if they can't afford this high ass rent. Comment below and let me know what's going on in your state. Thank you and have a wonderful day.